How y'all doing? Everybody good?
Good.
All right, talk to me.
So how would you evaluate the Memphis performance? I mean, held them under their average, you forced some turnovers, then again, they were able to get some yards, their quarterback was able to hurt you. If you were third down was difficult, how would you kind of assess it?
Yeah, so, they're coming off a bye week. They had a great game plan. Hats off to their coaches. Their guys they played lights out. They played hard. They did some different things that they didn't show on film, with 2 weeks off. And, so we knew that. We knew they was going to come out with a different game plan. Just had to figure out what it was. Didn't really run the quarterback as much during the season, other than like the quarterback draws here and there. But the whole power read was new. They did some different things offensively that we had to adjust to. But the overall performance is not good enough. That's just, ain't gonna sit here and sugarcoat. It's not good enough, and we got to get better. And we won the game, right? Half of the teams lost, so we happy about winning. But the performance, we know we're better than that, and it starts with me, and we'll get it fixed.
What are your thoughts on the hot potato interception? Just the ability to, I guess, stay alive in a play like that.
Yeah. That was cool because we had the ball back as a defense, and just getting that turnover in the red zone was really big, and our guys responded in the right way. And like you said, it was a hot potato. I think it hits Lee Hunter hands, and it hit someone else's hands, and it ended up in D Brown hands, and I didn't care who hands it ended up in, as long as it ended up in our hands. So that was good for D Brown getting that interception at the time, and it was a good momentum swing for us.
Some penalties on defense, of course, the pass interferences, a couple on that one drive. What frustrates you about that point in the season?
Yeah, just that drive alone, it was 45 yards of penalties, right? So, you can't be successful if you got 45 yards on just one drive, So we got to fix that. And one of them, the second was definitely a hold. The third one was definitely a face mask. So they called all three of them. All three of them we have to fix, and we'll get it fixed.
Did he explain what he was doing on that PI? Did he just kind of misjudge where he was and where the ball was, I guess?
Yeah, I think he misjudged it because, if he would have just saw the ball, he could have intercepted the ball. I think it was just one of those deals of just misjudging the ball. And, you out there in that ball in the air, and a lot of people think it's easy, but you have to find the ball. And like situations like that, we just got to come up with the ball and not get a penalty, and we'll get better. We'll fix it. We're going to fix it, and that's why they call us coaches. We're going to get it fixed.
How big was it for him to get that interception later in the game?
It was huge. It was huge for him to get it. It was a pivotal moment in the game, and for him to get his hands on the ball, that was awesome. Again, momentum. For our offense was clicking. The offense was moving up and down the field. So anytime we can get the ball back to our offense is a good thing. And Coach Malzahn said it. Pregame, he said we're gonna get a turnover. We was at the hotel when he talked to the team. He said I feel like the defense is gonna get turnovers, and it was good for Duval to get that turnover. Even when fourth down, we count fourth down stops as turnovers as well. So anytime we get the ball back to our offense, it's a good thing.
What did Memphis do well in protecting their quarterback?
They did a really good job. They did a really good job of getting the ball out really quick. And when they didn't get the ball out quick, they max protecting. They was chipping drop a lot. They was trying to get something on drop, not just letting them rush the pass without someone chipping them. They had a really good game plan, max protection, and when it wasn't max, they got the ball out quick. The quarterback is smart enough to see different things, and he made some checks on his own, and sometimes you look to the sideline and made checks. They came ready to play. They were well coached. They had a good game plan coming off a bye week. Just like Coach Malzahn was just telling us in there, I think they were 11-0 off bye weeks and 20-something and 4 at the home. It's a hard place to play. And again, they had Houston beat at home. They had East Carolina beat at East Carolina. And they came out. We told the guys we was gonna get their best shot, and we did. And again, they was well prepared. And hats off to them.
We saw a few key defensive starters have to leave the game. Jeremiah, Devon, Quadric we saw on crutches. So how concerned are you about depth, heading into next week?
And you know what? And that's why you play young guys early, because you just got to get them ready. You just never know. You just never know. And a lot of times you're kind of nervous of playing a young guy. If he's ready, we're gonna play him. But you get him in early for times like this, just in case you need him in those times of the game where it's important. And that's why we recruit, and that's why we prep guys and get them ready. So again, looking forward to those guys coming back, but that's why you play younger guys and you play the twos and you get them those game reps. So when they go out there, it's just not their first time playing. So we just got to get them ready, and we'll be ready to roll.
Speaking of that, Cam Moore, I feel like that's an example maybe you're thinking of as you're talking about how he's been able to get in their last couple of games and get some valuable experience.
Yeah, so that's a great example of Cam Moore. He's a very smart football player. He really is. I keep saying that. He was on scout team 3 weeks ago. He was on scout team giving us a great look, and I'm like, I'm gonna bring him back over here. Ball is important. like super smart. He can quarterback the defense. You know, he comes from a winning pedigree from his high school, and you know, just looking forward to him to continue to get better, and glad he's on our team, and glad he's playing linebacker for us.
How big was it for the defense to win on the road like that?
It's huge for our team to win on the road. You know, we got to be road warriors and play well on the road, and obviously we got to play better on the road. And again, defensively, it starts with me. You just got to, whatever mentally we got to do it. But that's a good win on the road. It's hard to win. You saw a lot of teams lose. A lot of teams that a lot of people was talking about, you know, lost yesterday. But to get the guys a win on the road is good. You're playing a team that's coming off a bye week, and again, we play to win the game, right? What's one of the coaches say? You play to win the game. Well, we play to win the game. Now Herm Edwards, okay, yeah. So we won the game, right? But again, now once you start just watching the film, it's a lot that we can get better at, and that's what we did today defensively. We showed every snap. You know, we kept the whole defense in, and we showed, okay, we just left meat on the bone here. Okay, boom, you're supposed to be in this gap. Okay, you're supposed to have the flat, just all the small things that matter, you know, just putting it all out there for everyone to see and everyone on the same page. So we'll be fine, we'll get better.
When you're in that film room and you're showing them, hey, you did this wrong, or you did this right, what's kind of the reaction from the players?
You know what, we got a good group of just young men. First thing I tell them, let's be a man, right? I'm gonna coach you and I'm gonna tell you what you did wrong, but guess what I'm gonna do too? Hey fellas, that's a bad call. Right, I do that as a leader of the defense, man. I shouldn't have called that one now, you know. Or you know what, guys, that's a really good call by that offense. So I think the guys respect that when you say, you know what, it's on me. But now you as a player, right, you got to own up to it too on your end, right? So they know I never, if it's media, nah, Coach T. Will, it's all on me, right? I didn't coach it right. But when we get in there, I tell everyone to be a man. Let's fix whatever problem it is. It don't matter if it's from the coaches or the players. We all in this thing together, and they respond that way. I mean, any person will, as long as you can, okay, because they see you did something wrong, right? So naturally, like, okay, so he gonna just put it on me, huh? No. Coach T will, you know. So I always tell them before we go out there as well. Every mistake you make belongs to me, except for your effort, stupid penalties, and your tackling. And I throw in being physical as well, because we got to be physical. But if you mess up on the X's and O's, I didn't coach it right. So go out there, have fun, and play football. So that was my coach used to always tell me. So it allows the guys to go play football and have fun. Now on Sunday, I'm back on the X's and O's. Hey, we got to get better at this and this. So again, being a leader, sometimes you got to jump out there and say, hey, I did this wrong. I'm a man. I could do better at this. And you as a player have to man up and say, I have to do better. So that's how it works.
Jason Johnson continues to rack up tackles.
Yeah.
How have you seen him improve over the course of the season?
I mean, hats off to him. He came that way. I mean, he came here. He was All-American FCS. Ball is important. He just got Academic Player of the Week. So he got straight A's. He's 10 minutes early to practice. He's 10 minutes early to meetings. Everything he does is important. He's a pro at everything he does. And I'm glad we got him. I think he had double-digit tackles, 13 tackles. He doesn't leave the field, plays special teams, doesn't complain during timeouts. Hey, you good? You need some water? You need a break? No, coach, I'm good. Okay, let's keep playing. So very, very, very happy to have him here. Very happy to be his coach, because he takes ball very serious, and he the type of guy you want to coach.
Who was a guy yesterday that stood out on film, like a production points you talk about?
Yeah.
Who were maybe a guy or two that had a good day?
Jason Johnson. Every week he's up there. He's 1, 2, or 3 every week. He was 1 this week as far as production. I think it was 13 tackles. I think he ended up with 19 production points overall. He was 1. I think Ricky Barber was 2, and then 3. I think it was drop if I can remember right, but. Jason Johnson was up there, and then for far as the helmet stickers that Coach Malzahn gives, it was Devontae Brown, because a lot of times you could play on that island and not get a lot of stats, you know. So your tackle and tackle for losses are not there, but when you watch the film, you're like, hey, man, you know what, D. Brown played really well. So when Coach said, okay, who gets the helmet sticker? I say, Coach, Devontae Brown is the guy that earned it this week. So.
What do you want to see your secondary do differently or better?
Play the ball in the air. Play the ball. Look back and let's find the ball. You know, that's one thing that we were just talking about. We just got to keep working it and got to keep working it. And And we're going to get it fixed. We got to get it fixed, right? So we got to just play the ball in the air and then not panic. It's times that we are in great position. Just don't panic when the ball in the air. We work it all week, have poise and confidence when the ball is in the air, you know, and just when the lights come on, just relax and just play ball. You know, we work it all week. We do different drills. We do the fitch route. We do the deep balls. We do different things where they can see it. So when we get out there under the lights, just relax and do what you've been doing in practice.
Tulane, I know you haven't fully dived in, but they're a top 20 team doing really well. Just any cursory thoughts of what you know about those guys?
Well coached, good football team, good offense, good defense. They're playing at home. They've been playing very well. They do a really good job of controlling the clock. They don't go as fast as other teams, but they do a really good job at what they do. They're going to run and play action. And I mean, I just think they do a heck of a job. I think this year was a really great turnaround, and the guys are playing at a high level. They have some really good players, and we have to prepare and we have to show up and be the best that we can be, you know, on Saturday. So it's gonna be a tough task for us, and but preparation is the key. We got to prepare, but they're good.
Clearly.
Speaking of controlling the clock, as a defensive guy, you gotta like the way the offense closed out the game.
Oh, that is awesome. The way we closed out the game and just the way those guys, like the day the offensive line got the helmet sticker, the day is usually like a particular person. Like defense, it was Devontae Brown. Okay, who was offense? Different names came up. It's like, you know what, the offensive line. So those guys do so well. Because you think about it, and Coach told the team, when the offensive line or the quarterback doesn't play well, right? The easiest thing, man, that offensive line bad, or the quarterbacks bad. Offensive line never gets any love, man. Them guys, man, the holes that the running backs are running through, they doing a heck of a job, and you know, so hats off to those guys, and Coach Han has done a great job with those guys. So.
I know you guys were busy on Friday night, but Kenny Ings from Memphis. Did you guys get some food catered in?
Yeah, he had Ching's. I think it's a place called Ching's with some really good wings, and you know, he showed us love. He showed us what Memphis is about, and it was some good food. Some good food. Good food.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Awesome. Thank y'all guys for waiting around, man. Sorry about that.